What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best quasi new metal podcast from two dudes who are really there. One half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious Tim Anderson Jr. Tim, how is it going?
Feeling good, man.
We feel good. All right. This week, everybody, it's the middle of the year. So Tim and I are going to do a mid-year check-in on what are our top 10 albums of the year so far this year in the month of June. Now, we realize we're probably cutting it a little bit early. We're recording at the end of May, but typically nothing comes out in December. At that point, your end of your list is already made. So Tim and I wanted to talk about, okay, what are the things that we think we were to cut the year today and say, okay, no more releases for the rest of the year, what would our top 10 look like? So, Tim, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I kind of think we should talk about some other shit in between.
Okay.
I don't, so you go to shows a lot.
Mhm.
I don't think I've been to one this whole year, honestly. Have I?
Jesus.
I don't
I
think I
don't
went
think
to
so,
one show.
no.
What have been what would have been your top shows this year? Top tours?
Uh, Hold on. I gotta pull it up because I don't remember.
We could talk
uh,
about some records first.
no.
While
So
you're
I can
pulling
tell
that
you,
up.
so fresh in mind. So I just saw Sleep Token, right?
That's what I wanted to talk about.
I just saw Sleep Token a week ago. And I'm looking at my list to see what else have I seen so far this year. Okay, cool. It's about as close to a religious experience as I've ever been to at a show. It was at the Met in Philly, which is a seated venue except for up in the front, kind of like an orchestra house. We were in the bottom row. We were in the orchestra, lower orchestra, right next to the soundboard. Me and two other dudes went, and we had a row of just three seats, which was kind of wild. The way they had it set up is outside the door, which is off of Broad Street, was like a beer garden. So they had a DJ out there spinning heavy metal. They had a whole bunch of guys selling seltzers and beer and food and whatnot. It was really kind of cool. Didn't catch the opener, which is Great American Bastard,
Okay.
like the Empire State Bastard, whatever the hell that was. They were on, but we didn't go inside for that. Sleep Token was unreal to the point where I kept asking Dan sitting next to me, yo, that's not a track, is it? That's him actually singing. The stage show, the lights, the backup singers, the makeup, like it was unbelievable. They literally had the entire place. It sounded like it was a boy band concert. There were chicks screaming the entire time.
Wow.
Everybody was singing along. It was wild. Like it was really wild. And I don't think we'll ever see them in a venue that small ever again. From here, it's the Wells Fargo Center.
So would you say this was the best show of the year so far for you?
Um, it's kind of hard to compare because I don't usually see stuff in this genre. I mean, it's not they're ostensibly heavy metal, but they're not really metal, right? It's more of you know. Well, I actually think that this shit could be on the fucking radio and it would work.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
I guess the only complaint I would have is they didn't play the song Sugar, but they played Higher. They played Alkaline. They played a lot of the other stuff, which it sound either way they were amazing. Best show this year? I don't know. So the next night I went and saw the what was it, Common Enemies tour? I think it was called.
Oh, the Throne Tour?
Uh Common Enemies, yeah. So it was Body Snatcher, Spite, Throne, and Mouth for War. First time seeing Mouth for War, they were really good. They were really tight. A lot of 808s. It was fucking loud. Throne was unbelievable to the point where I think if they put out a full album and tour the States, they could probably headline. It would be huge. Like they sounded that good. And Body Snatcher and Spite were rotating headliners every night of so the night I saw Spite was the headliner. Body Snatcher sounded great. Like I think they're so heavy. Like, the only word I could use to think of is it's so heavy it's retarded. And I know that's not an appropriate word, but it's the only word I can think of to properly describe how heavy they actually sound.
Yeah, but when
Like
you're
it was,
using that word in the tone of what we're talking about, it's not offensive.
it's like slow and just heavy. Spite sounded good. They just had a new bassist and a new drummer join the band. The drummer sounds great. Bassist hit all the right notes, but I will say that it's missing something without having that second guitarist. They played to a track, so there was a
Oh,
track for the second guitarist, and they put on a good show. But there's just something in the sound
it's
is
missing that
just
beef.
it's missing. Yes, beef is a good word. Best show this year, I don't know. Knock Loose is Monday. Boundaries and Orthodox is next Friday. I've got that Dillinger show coming up in June. I will say, I saw the Gideon tour with Left to Suffer, Fox Lake, and No Cure. That was amazing. Big fan of Fox Lake. We did a reaction vid. No Cure sounded awesome. Uh I saw the first leg of the Dying Fetus tour. Oh, no, that was in October. Jesus, that was last year.
God damn.
Man, I'm going to go back here.
I don't think I went to one show this year. Nope, I didn't.
Jesus, that's kind of terrible. I
I
did
don't
have
think I did.
tickets to. So funny. Here's the thing. I had tickets to Fleshwater, 9 million in Modern Color, and they moved the show from Tuesday to Wednesday. And I went, okay, well, that Wednesday would have been Sleep Token, Spite, and Bound Body Snatcher, Fleshwater. And I'm like, I don't know if I could do 3 for 3, but I'm going to try. And then I got a notification that day that, oh, it is still on Tuesday. They found a venue and they moved it back. So at this point, I had tickets to 2 different shows, and I went, I really want to see Throne.
Because you've
So
seen Fleshwater.
yeah, well, I've seen Body Snatcher and I've seen Spite, but I really wanted to see Throne, and I'm glad I went to it because I'm sure Fleshwater vids are going to pop up everywhere. But apparently that show was nuts too. It was completely sold out and it was wild. But yeah, I think the best. Yeah, Sleep Token might have been one
Where
of the best shows I've seen this year. Yeah.
where was the Throne show at?
That was at Union Transfer.
Okay. Never been there.
Oh, it's an awesome venue. It's an awesome venue. Like one of my favorites in Philly. The fact that there's an upstairs, the fact that you can stand in the bar and still see the show. You can actually go in the back to another bar and not be in the main room, but you can hear it and they have TVs. It's really kind of cool. I really like it.
So it's better than Underground Arts?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%.
I think the best venue in Philly right now is the Fillmore. I heard
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bowl is amazing. Never been there though.
Brooklyn Bowl was really fun, even though I wore that whole beer when fucking Dying Fetus played. Yeah, Foundry's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Decibel Metal and Beer Fest was there. It was not no, that wasn't the Foundry. It was the Fillmore. The Foundry is the back room off the
Yeah.
Fillmore. That's where Boundaries is and Orthodox. Yeah, it might be. Dude, I love Union Transfer. It's right on Spring Garden. I found a street parking spot right out front. It was fucking great.
Nice. Okay. All right.
All
We
right.
can do releases.
All right. So top 10 picks this year. All right, Tim. Go for your first one.
My first one is Infected Rain with Time. This is
Really? Okay.
my this is my guilty pleasure band right now. I know we talked about them before. They're kind of generic, but at the same time, there's just something about them I love. I don't know what it is. It's like usually if I listen to a band like this, I go, generic. But this band's great. Her singing voice is great. They're definitely Euro. I don't know where they're from, but they're fucking good, man. They just put out great fucking music. It's my guilty pleasure band. It's in my top 10 right now.
Okay. Okay. My first pick for my top 10 came out in January, so it's at the top of the list. Vitriol, Suffer and Become. That album is a fucking monster.
Yeah,
And
that
there's
shit's
that
heavy,
one
dude.
song where it is so heavy and he's just growling into the microphone. It's just a straight monster through and through. I can't wait. They're eventually now they're touring, they're opening their direct support for somebody. I think the next tour will probably be a headliner for them, and I can't fucking wait.
That record's disgustingly heavy. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's sick.
The Infected Rain came out in February, so that's why it's at the top as well. All right, next one. This came out in February as well. Static X with Project Regeneration 2. It took me a few listens. Amazing record. It's just as good as Volume 1. Might even be better, honestly. And that's saying a lot
Okay.
because Volume 1 is so good. I listened to it like 50 times in a row. Every day I was listening to that record. This record just has banger after the first two tracks. It's just banger, 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 banger. Great fucking record, man. I hope they keep going. I hope this isn't the end of it. And I don't know if you heard it, but I goddamn love this record.
Yeah. Yeah. So my second pick, and now they're not in date order, they're just all over the place. Cognitive with Abhorrence, New
Yep.
Jersey's own. Shout out to G.I. Joe's own Rob Wharton. I think this album is their most mature to date. It's the most coherent, cohesive album they've done to date. The riffing is great, the song structure is great, and they go fast. So
Yeah.
this is definitely shout out to Rob and the guys. This is an amazing achievement.
Also in my list, I absolutely love the record. We talked about it in our best of May.
Yep.
Amazing record, man. We need to get him back on to talk about how good this record is, honestly.
Yeah, I think they're touring Europe right now. So once he's back, I'll hit him up and we'll get him on.
All right. Sounds good. Next is Profiler with a Digital Nowhere. It's my album
I
of the year
knew
right
this
now.
album was coming. Yep.
Yeah. Album of the year. I listen to it at least twice a week. It's new metal in 2024. It's that good. UK band. UK is just great right now. They put out so much good shit, but this record is fucking perfect. If you like new metal with a modern twist, this is your record right here.
Okay. Okay. My next pick is Skeletal Remains, Fragments of the Ages. And you know
Oh
what you're
yeah.
getting when you listen to a Skeletal Remains album, and yet it is. I know what I'm expecting. I get what I'm expecting, and I am the happiest dude in the world when I get it. This is another band. I hope they do a headlining run. Shit, maybe them and Vitriol head out together as a co-headliner. That would be fucking sick. But this album is great. This is death metal the way I like to hear it, right in the vein. Right in the vein.
This is Cannibal Corpse love in the best way possible.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's a fucking great reat. And the production is so fucking good. It's super heavy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
thick as hell. I
Yep.
love this record, man. Yeah, great fucking pick, man. We talked about this one early in the year. Sum 41, Heaven and Hell. Uh, uh, I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, this band sucks." No, dude. This is their last record, and this is pop punk. This is the one of the best pop punk records I've heard in a very long time. It is that fucking good. It's like 15 tracks. Every track's good. There's not one bad song. It's incredible, man. Great fucking band. I went back and listened to some of their records before this, like get a refresher. They're not as good, but this record, I think they put their all into it. Amazing record.
Okay.
If you like pop punk, check this record out. Seriously.
Okay. My next pick, Boundaries. Death is a little more.
Oh yeah, I knew that
When
was
that
coming.
first single came out, Tim will tell you, he texted me and he said, "Hey, what do you think of the new Boundaries song?" And it was the one song that has a large amount of clean vocals.
Yep.
And I said to Tim, if the whole album is like this, I'm going to be so mad. Uh, it's not. The whole album is great. I mean, these guys get more and more. They get tighter every album that they do. This is, again, I keep expecting them to get lighter, do more clean singing. This album gets way more abrasive and aggressive. There's one song late on a B-side where he's actually doing like growly vocals, like almost deathcore vocals. I think the clean vocals work. The song with Lockie from Alpha Wolf makes total sense. Like, I think this album is great. I loved Burying Brightness. I think this is better. And I think that I actually think they're on a trajectory now that next album, I think, pops them, maybe like Knock Loose pops, because I just think it's going to be huge. They sound fantastic. Can't wait to see them. A lot of bands, you know what, Tim, that I think about, a lot of bands where we keep expecting them to get lighter, go the other way. Knock Loose,
Yeah.
Boundaries. I guarantee you the next Orthodox is probably some of the heaviest stuff that they've ever done. It seems like these bands are not afraid to lean into the more abrasive, aggressive side, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, so you know how I feel about this band. I did go back and listen to this record. It's stupid heavy.
That I was not expecting. They've always been more of a hardcore band, so that's what I was expecting, and this is just so monstrous. Yeah, I'm really stoked. Really stoked. Glad for them. I hope the tour really does well.
Yeah, stupid heavy. I do appreciate this record now. I gave it a full listen with good headphones, and I was like, yeah, Jay's right. This record's fucking good.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
It's very heavy, dude. Next one, I think this is on your list. Soft Kill, Escape Forever. Come on, dude.
Yeah. I can't get past the first song. Like, the first song ends, I rewind and I start all over again. Like, and that's not saying the album isn't good, because the whole album is good. That first song is so perfect.
Yeah.
For this type of synthwave revival homage music. Oh my God. I would love to get Tobias on the show. They're coming through Philly in September. I think we have to go because it's like back to back. 1 week is them, and the next week is that Signs of the Swarm tour. I love this album. Like I really do.
Where are they coming to?
I want to say Johnny Brenda's.
Hmm.
The Foundry.
Oh, okay.
September 16th, The Foundry.
Is September 16th a weekend by any chance?
That's a Monday,
Ooh, that's
which kind of
brutal.
kind of blows.
Yeah,
But
that
hey,
does
whatever. Start the
blow.
week off right. And let's
Yeah,
see how
that
much are tickets.
definitely blows.
They show a seating chart, but it's all GA. It's the stupidest thing in the world.
That is
Let's see here.
stupid.
2 tickets would be $24 a pop. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Let's talk about that in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Who's is it me now?
Yeah, yeah, I did soft kill. So
Okay, so you did soft kill. That takes that off my list. I'm gonna go with Brodekin, Harbinger of Woe. This album is so stupidly insane. I I went back and listened to it again today, and I just giggled the whole time. Like this is that technical, this is brutal death metal done the way I like it. Like no
yeah,
frills. You don't gonna
it's
get goofy with it. It literally just punches you in the face again and again and again and again. Oh, look, another track again, 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 and again. I fucking love it. I fucking
yeah,
love it.
I absolutely love that record. It didn't make my top 10 yet. It might at the end of the year, but goddamn, is it heavy? That's a Euro band too, right?
No, they're from Nashville
Oh
or
yeah,
or
that's
somewhere
right.
down in
That's right.
Tennessee. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they put out I found out they put out a record in like 2004 and then came back out 20 years later. Yep.
yeah, yeah. They took some time off. Yeah.
Yeah. Next, and I can't even believe I'm saying this. We talked about this in the May episode as well. The Bring Me to Horizon Next Gen Posthuman. God damn, that record's good. I don't want like because we just did that episode. I want you to listen to it before I explain it because
All
I
right.
need you to listen to it because I was just blown away at that record. I'm literally gonna listen to it after this. So it's
Okay.
that good, man. Like I don't want to say all right, picture like a UNFD artist, like Thornhill or something,
Okay.
but with like a modern metalcore twist. It's really good, dude. Really good vocals, a lot of electronic stuff. Dude, it's fucking good, man. Like I'm just, I can't believe I'm saying it. I like it that much, honestly. That's why I want you to listen to it and just
I
tell me like if I'm wrong.
I will definitely check it out. I will definitely check it out. Okay, my next pick. We just talked about this. Gate Creeper, Dark Superstition.
Yeah,
I've listened to this a terrible amount of times. They nail that Sonoran Desert death metal sound. They pull in enough of the Fu Manchu, Kaya's fun, fuzzy stoner stuff that I absolutely love it. This is the album where they're starting to differentiate themselves from the other bands. You know, you always lump them in with like a Frozen Soul or an Undeath or
yeah,
something like that. This is where they're starting to differentiate themselves and create a sound that's all their own, right? Like Blood Incantation, 200 Stab Wounds, all the same quasi vein. Now they're starting to go off and do their own thing, and I think this sounds fantastic.
yeah. I think that 200 stab wounds is going to be in my top 10 when it comes out.
I think so. Yeah, we'll talk when once we get through our top 10 for our mid-year top 10. We'll talk about what we're looking forward to coming up. I'll bet you that makes the top. Yeah.
Absolutely. Next, Final Resting Place with Prelude to Extinction. Dude,
Yo, that album
that's
is
so good.
whenever it comes in and when Spotify throws it up there, it comes on and I'm just oh, and I look and I'm like, oh, it makes sense. So ridiculously bass heavy,
Yeah,
like low end heavy, but in a good way.
that opening track is so fucking brutal. Good, dude. I love it, man. It might be my favorite thing this year, honestly. Take the Profiler as as an LP. Okay, my favorite thing, but EP wise, this Final Resting Place, dude, it's fucking perfect. It tricked the shit out of me at first because it said it came out in '95. I'm like, did I miss this? But then it was just, Days
Yeah,
did
it's
whatever
them
they did.
calling back to the sound. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, incredible. Brutal New York death metal to the at its finest right there. I know they're not, are they from is Simulacre from New York?
Delaware.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But dude, they nailed it.
Yeah, they
Fucking
nail that
nailed it.
sound.
It's so good. Every track is amazing.
Next, I have Karma, World of Our
Okay.
Own. I love this album. They are a band where again the vocals. A lot of people say the vocals are acquired taste because it's a very hoarse delivery. I remember seeing them at This Is Hardcore and being completely blown away because they were so much heavier than I remembered them sounding on the album. This album is great. Like it's really heavy and abrasive and really, really good. This might be, when I look at my list, this might be so far this year my favorite true hardcore album.
Wow.
Is that Karma album? I have listened to it nonstop.
You like this better than the Bayway EP?
Well, Bayway's an EP.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that is a
I'm
full length.
forcing
Yeah, okay.
myself to divide. But if Bayway puts out an LP, oh, it's the best hardcore release this year.
Did the Karma came out on Flat Spot?
Yes.
Okay. What came out on Flat Spot earlier this year that we were raving about? Is it the
Oh,
it's the band that has like a feature every song. I know it didn't
Pain of
come out.
Truth. That
Yeah,
wasn't this year, was it?
was it this year or last
I
year?
think that was last year.
Look that up real quick. Because if that
That
came
was
out this
last
year,
year because it was on
okay.
my end of year for last
Yeah, I
year.
was about to say if we forgot about that, that's crazy because that record's actually really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, what do we got here? Balmora and the Since My Beloved split. Dude, that shit's so good.
Yeah, it is. That's
That
really good.
dude, that is I know it's only like 4 tracks, but dude, that is 2001 metalcore personified right there, man. That shit's so good. I think Balmora is going to be the biggest band in that metalcore revival, and give it a year
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I think so. As long as that sound stays popular, that type of sound.
Prayer for Cleansing Worship, right? It's so good, man.
By the way, did you see that there's I follow them on Instagram. I think it's View from the Soyuz. They've been doing a lot of live videos.
Oh,
so
really?
Maybe they got something cooking. I don't know. But yeah, that Balmora stuff is great. Like it really is great. And you saw that the festival they covered Linkin Park.
Did they really?
I think it was them that covered Linkin Park. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Did that come out on Days or Afira?
I think it was the Afira. It was because it was the Afira festival. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, but that shit's so good, dude.
What do we got? I got two left. So next,
Yeah,
I got
me too.
we just talked about this in the May episode. This is Knocked Loose. You won't go before you're supposed to. This might actually be my sleeper album of the year so far. Which surprises me to say because I really thought Boundaries was going to take it. I think this album is just unbelievable. It is ridiculously heavy. It is a step in maturity. There is the song that everybody's talked about is the song with Poppy, which I actually think is the best song on the album. The closer is great. I think the B-sides are better than the A-sides. I think this album's great. Like I really do.
I'm very surprised that you think that Poppy song is the best one on there.
It's one of the best songs on that album.
She's got a great voice though.
It's weird, but it works.
Yeah.
I'll give it to them. It's weird, but it works.
I don't like her solo stuff or just the Poppy stuff. I'm not really into that, but yeah, you know how I feel about the band. That record is so ridiculously heavy though.
Yeah. The track 8, The Calm That Keeps You Awake. That's the best song on the album. But this is buried on the B-sides and it's so ridiculous. Yeah, this is my album of the year so far.
Okay. That's wild, actually, because there's so much shit coming out. I think that's going to change.
Yeah. I would be surprised if maybe half this list makes it. All right. Last one, Tim. What do you got?
Amiensis with Reclamation. They're out of what is it, Minnesota?
Yes.
I think you were there for that interview when we did that on Street, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about this band, man, but they just put out some of the best black and death metal I've ever heard. And they always keep it like 8 songs, whatever, 4 songs, but this shit is so expertly written. It's very hard to explain. Like you get that feeling from it where like they wrote it when it was freezing cold out.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking well done. I don't know how this band is not bigger than they are. Because it's just that good, man. And I want to get them dudes back on. I'm probably going to reach out to them. But this record is fucking special, dude. Like, it is that good. I don't know if you heard it yet. It's fucking special, dude.
I think I had it on the background. I didn't really give it a listen, though.
Like, I listen to it, and I say to myself, I got to stop playing guitar. Because it's just so well done. I'm just, I got to stop playing guitar. And it's not even that it's like the riffing is like complex or like intricate. It's just the way that they put the songs together are absolutely perfect. And it's like they do the double bass at the perfect time. The blast come at the perfect time. Just it's just perfect, dude. I really really hope that that band gets bigger than they are because I think it's that good. Every record they do is just great. Like the one song is just straight black metal, then the next is like a fucking death metal, like what's that word? You ever hear like Blind Guardian and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like you get tracks like that, but then you just get like scathing fucking death metal. I don't know. They just kill it, man. One of the best bands out right now. If I had to go my three favorite death metal bands right now, it's Cattle Decap, them, and like probably Abort It. But like I know that's like kind of like selling myself short, but I just love Abort It. I
Yeah,
love
well,
that
it's
fucking
top of your
record.
head. Makes sense. Makes sense.
But yeah, in that realm, they're one of they're one of the best death metal bands out right now. If you could even call them death metal, I think they are though. So
I think so. I think so. My last pick, running at the top 10 would be Slower, the super
wow,
group with guys from Monolord, and there's two female guitarists that actually sing. This is all Slayer songs played as sludge rock. And I have listened to this album and I looked at my playlist a ridiculous amount of times. It is so different and unique, but fun. They make Slayer songs fun. And if you like Slayer, check it out. If you like Monolord, if you like any of that fuzzed out stuff, Stoner Rock, give this a listen. You might really enjoy it. I think it's fantastic.
let's do this right now, and then we'll end the episode. Get your phone out, go to
Okay.
your last FM, and let's see what your most listened to is right now. Because I'm kind of interested, but I don't think I can get most listened to last month. I think that's a last FM Pro actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Do you have that?
No, I think we had it for a bit, but I turned it off. Scrabbles charts
Yeah,
last
last
seven
week says
days.
unavailable as well too.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what's going on.
yeah, that's weird. Yeah, can't do it. I thought it was gonna be cool.
Yeah, for
Yep,
some reason it's not tracking mine. That's really kind of weird.
it's not doing mine either. So maybe it's a glitch for the app or something.
Maybe. I mean, the last thing it shows me listening to is Body Box.
If you go to last year and reports, does it come up?
Last year. Yeah, I get reports from last year. Yep.
Who's your top artist for last year?
Judiciary.
Mine is Mood Ring.
It's kind of wild.
It says that I have a new peak in listening. So apparently I'm listening even more than last year, which is fucking crazy.
Well,
So
this actually it surprises me because it hasn't grabbed any of my recent Spotify stuff.
yeah, it's definitely weird because it's not showing mine either. It says
Maybe.
unavailable.
Yeah, so let's talk about whatever. Let's talk about what albums coming out, Tim, that have a good chance of making your list.
Definitely 200 stab wounds.
Yep.
I literally think that's going to be one of the best death metal records of the year. That single is incredible.
Hmm.
The early November, I think that's going to be on my list. Um, shit, man, I can't remember the list I had now.
Well, we talked about Candy. We talked
Yeah,
about
Candy.
Foreign Hands has an album coming out.
Oh yeah, that's going to be good.
Graphic Nature has an album
Oh
coming
yeah,
out.
that comes out in June, right?
Yeah, the last couple singles that they did have been really good.
They just put out
Um,
a single last week, right?
yep, yep.
Yeah.
Missing Link, Wormed, Speed. I'm kind of on the
Uh,
fence with Speed. I'm not sure how that's going to be. Vomit the Soul from Italy. Volvodynia
mm,
with the new guitarist as singer. That song that single that they released was
was really good.
really good.
I'm gonna look in my Apple Music metal charts here because that tells you what's coming out here. Rotting Christ, I didn't like it. Carrie King didn't like it. Gate Creeper, that we already talked about that. Umbra Vitae, that's gonna be good. Oh, Stabbing is coming out in a new record.
Oh yeah, they just signed to was it them that just signed to Century Media?
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, did you check out the single, the new Fox Lake single?
I didn't. Is it good?
Ah, you got to listen to that. It's good. Yes.
Apparently, Body Count has a new record coming out.
Okay.
Um, Pallbearer. Oh, that just came out. That was all right. Dude. Actually, a lot of these records we already talked about. The Hope Conspiracy's coming out a new record. Yeah, a lot of these we already talked about. Body Snatcher comes out a new one soon.
Oh yeah, they got an EP coming out.
Oh, I can't wait for this Ulcerate. I love that fucking man. Rivers of Nile is coming out in a new one. Pity comes out a new one. Dark Tranquility. Uh, Fucking Motley Crue. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Yeah, I
Uh,
mean,
you know what? Barely missed my top 10. That new Antichrist Seeds Machine album, Vengeance of Eternal Fire. I seeing them in Vegas sold me, man. Like it's a two-piece playing grindy metal. I'm in. I'm
what do
in.
they do? That drummer, guitar player, singer?
They have the drummer sings and so does the guitarist. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
but they come out with like war paint and shit. It's wild.
So the
Wild.
bass is just done on a track.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's
I've never
really
seen them live, but that record's great.
they've never come through Philly. They've never come through Philly. They do East Coast stuff, but it's usually New York or like down south. I can't wait for them to come through because yeah, that album is really good. Go back and listen to that with the brand headphones. It's good.
Yeah, I actually just bought a pair of my AirPods I put through the wash and they're just not sounding as good as they used to. I bought a pair of the Beats AirPod things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things are sick, dude.
Yeah, nice and loud. You know, just also I'm looking at my list. You know who else just barely missed my top 10? The new Maggie Lindemann album, Head Split,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
I
yeah.
think is fantastic.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean she's another one. Like she could be on a Knock Loose track.
Oh yeah, 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 definitely. What's surprising
Uh,
actually.
is Iris.exe doing something this year?
Not sure. I know Fanagram just mentioned they have a single coming out Friday. I can't wait for that. One of my favorite bands.
And we know Hunter's been working. He's been in the kitchen with Mood Ring working on some stuff. So I'm
Oh, that
curious to see what
snippet you
they
sent
do.
me. God damn, that was good, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
we've got a busy year so far, and we've got it's only going to pick up speed for the next say 5 months. So buckle up.
Drowner. Are we getting a Drowner record?
Austin just posted something the other day that they're still working through it, trying to make it perfect. I have a funny feeling we're going to get it this year.
Well, I think we'll get it before anyone. So
Yeah, this is true. This is true. All right, so thanks once again for tuning in, watching, listening, however you consume our shit. Find us on Newbreed underscore podcast on both Twitter and Instagram, newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on our Facebook group. Find us on r/new metal 267-297-4627. Call us, leave us a voicemail. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We'll play them on the air. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying these episodes where we talk about what's come out. Maybe you find something new and looking forward to see what the rest of the year brings. So until next week, it's a New Breed podcast saying peace.
later.